Yeah. Oh, slave, you're back. Of course, sometimes everyone just needs a break. Yes, slave. The children are talented. Oh, I'm so delighted you got to see our festival. Look, Case Boy's so adorable. He is much calmer than he was when they first got here. Oh yeah, you can barely get him to speak, let alone perform. Speaking of the mother bear and her little cub. Hey, sweet boy, you did great. Kate, he's getting better at performing the plays. Speaking of performing, when is the last time we performed, huh, Kate? What? No one heard? Well, maybe slave, but I was really quiet. Oh, Kate, I'm not drunk. Don't you try to put me away. I'm not sleepy yet. I do, however, want a bath. I want a bath. Slave, attend to my bath. Oh, well, Kate, I will see you later. Hopefully you will still adore me in the morning. Oh, how I love to see her walk away. Now, where's my festival flag? Oh, it's in my hand. Oh, why the long face, slave? Long nights are fun. To the bathroom. Oh, yes, a bath. No, I don't want you to leave. I need your help. The tub keeps moving. Oh. Yes, I know I'm nude. I can feel the breeze on my bum. What? Didn't know there was a diamond underneath all this warrior coal. I know, it's always a surprise. I got breasts that can feed a litter and eyes that could be used as a pincushion. At least that's what Kate and Jarvis says. And from your frozen face, I would say it's true. Now, I don't mind you staring, but at least help me into the water. Ah, thank you. Oh, slave, you've made this water just right. Open that window over there. I think the band is still playing downstairs. There should be a sponge close by. When the time comes, I don't plan to wash myself tonight. Yes, please, light a few more candles. Hmm? Oh yes, Jarvis has seen me nude. We were more than friendly once upon a time. No, we know who we are to each other now, and we are happy with it, so not anymore. Hand me my drink. Yeah, I guess I do light up when I see Kate's boy. He's just, he just reminds me of someone. What? Who told you about him? Jarvis. The first day. Ugh, why am I not surprised? He didn't go into detail. Well, I guess he doesn't feel that it's his place to tell the story. Grab my sponge and attend to my hair. Goodness. Excuse me? How dare you ask? Why would I tell you the story? It has been a long time since I've spoken his name. Oh, fuck it. I'm feeling verbal. I guess it's better to get the real truth from the source than all of these other stories. Mm. Do you remember that town, Galvin? Yeah, Galvin. Everyone hated that town. It was north of Cecil and east of Triton. Yeah, it was burnt down to the ground some years ago. Someone, somewhere, wanted it gone. Well, Galvin is where I'm from. The meanest town out there back then. Mm. I was out trying to become more of a hunter like my father and more of a cook like my mother. I wanted to come back home with food that I've caught and cooked myself. I wanted to show them that I was ready to be on my own. But I remember coming back and there was nothing there. The town was on fire and being burnt down to the ground. So I grabbed what little I could find and set foot. Though I was at the end of my teen years, my mind went back to when I was a little child. Baby almost. And raw and confused. To this day, I can't tell you what I was feeling or exactly what I saw. That emotion is so hard to go back to. I don't like to try. I'm afraid I might become that raw and confused child again. I walked and walked, and that's when I came across this man. He was one hell of a good-looking man. He told me that there was a group of people that were like me. The first thing I thought was, how does he know about me? But I will soon find out that he has seen me in the forest, has seen a bear come towards me, and he saw me push a bear with my powers flat on its back. Yeah. You know, my parents always told me not to do my powers in public, but I figured I was alone. Because to me, I was alone. I had no one. Not the rude boys that used to push me in dirt when I was young. Not the pretty girls who turned their noses at me when I ruined my dress. No one that I used to know. I would never have anyone that I used to know. But anyway, the worst part about being on your own as a grown woman is that I was fair game for lots of unwanted men. This was when the savages had started. You know, people who, mostly men, were banned or banished from their cities and towns. They came together to form their own alliance, the savages. but back to this man. I saw him and thought he was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I was so afraid of him. I was so scared. I didn't know him. I didn't know what he wanted from me, what he wanted to do to me. Luckily, he was a man I didn't have to fight off. The first man I didn't have to use my powers on since home. The first man I didn't have to run away from. He talked to me, told me there was more like me, more like us. Said he recently become marked 3 seasons ago. It was fall, so last winter was when he was cursed, I gathered. He offered me food and shelter, so I followed him to these promised things. I know what you're thinking. When I followed him, I was on my guard. I didn't trust anyone. I barely trusted myself because my eyes kept randomly seeing my parents before the fire. So I was aware when I followed him to a building. I could tell you it wasn't originally their building because it looked like a business that had been closed down for years. But they salvaged it. I met everyone there. They were all excited to see me, asking me questions like, when did you get your powers? How long have you been on your own? That's when I told them I was marked born. They were so impressed. I told them I could move things with my fingers and sometimes as little as a nod. Force things down, up, away, close, open. They were all wowed because they could only move things with their hands. But they told me there was one other person there that was able to move things with his finger. And that was a boy. That was a boy. Kyle. Kyle was born. Kyle was able to move things with his fingers as well. And oh, he was a sweet boy. And even though we were as far as 12 years of age apart, we get along so well. We talked about our past and our powers. I taught him things about his powers that he hadn't yet learned. He taught me about the ways of the covenant. I was happy. I felt happy. I felt at peace. Kyle and we became a family. It felt like I had a little brother. Plus, everyone worked, everyone practiced their skill, everyone ate, and everyone was respected. It was great how organized and fair everything was. I roomed with a group of women who didn't mind that I liked women also. Actually, they didn't mind at all. But I never had to fight anyone off of me, especially not another man. That feeling lasted for about 3 more full moons. Then, everything just went to shit. One night, I was outside because it was my night to tend the front door. It would have usually been a quiet night, but as the night went on, I can hear running and stomping upstairs. Felt like there was a stampede in the building. Now I remember wondering if they were playing a game of hide and seek. But even so, I was very suspicious of the noise. So I slowly walked up the stairs and followed the footsteps as they got slower and silent. The sound turned into ripping and mushing. All of these different noises that sounded familiar but were unrecognizable to me at the moment. I turned the corner into Kyle's room to check on him, of course. And before I could even step into his room, blood started to crawl to me. All I can smell was blood. And at first I was looking for him. I was searching for him, but I realized that he was right in front of me. I just couldn't recognize him because everyone had a piece of him in their hands and in their mouths. That's when I realized that the noise that sounded familiar to me was that of a butcher. They had torn him limb from limb. That's also when I found out that when one curse marked one goes insane, then the others catch it like a virus. They were all ripping at him, taking from him, taking from me. They were taking my family. I've been stripped from my family yet again. Twice the gods let this happen. Well, I was so much in shock that I didn't make a sound. They didn't see me. They didn't hear me. So I quickly went the other way down the stairs I remember my mind telling me to get out, leave before they come for you. But my body, my body was reminding me of the swords I saw in the living area on the wall. My body grabbed those swords. My body went back up those stairs into that room. And my body started to kill each and every one of them as if I've been doing it for years. With their eyes crazed and their mouth moist with his blood, I attacked them all, using my powers to push them off and with sword to slice and end them. My mind was telling me that this was all wrong, that they were all innocent. They knew not of what they did. But my body was telling me that I didn't avenge my parents. I didn't get the chance. Even if I wanted to, I wasn't brought the opportunity to make that decision. So my body felt cheated out of the revenge. And my body took advantage of this revenge. When it was all done, walking out the building into the twilight sky, I remember. I've gained 2 swords and 15 bodies under my belt. But I always say I have 16 bodies because I should have saved Kyle. I should have heard something earlier. I was old enough. My powers were grown. My powers were grown enough. Together, we could have beat them. But this 7-year-old boy, with his newly developed powers, could not have taken on 15 crazy people. He didn't have the powers, but I did. So his blood is on my hands. Because I should have been there. I should not have told him that I would be tending the front desk and that he could sleep easy. That it was a good night to really rest. That we were safe. I shouldn't have let him sleep that heavy. Well, now you know why I don't like to talk about a slave. Slave, go to Kate's room and see if she's still awake.